o'clock. Read. I don't pay attention. That's not o'clock. We gonna have to stay here till 2 o'clock then, cause it's over 5. Are you gonna end at 1 or 2?
We don't know. Let them
Do what they gotta do.
shut up, boy.
Hallelujah. Allah Yahweh. We thank Yahweh for his presence. We thank Yahweh for his outstretched hand, his mighty hand, and outstretched arm. We thank him this day as we come out of our Shabbat, our 7th day, into our first day. We thank Yah. We thank him. We thank him in this place, and we pay homage unto Yah. As you can see, the collective body, part 2. We will begin in Joshua, chapter 7 and verse 10. Verse 10. But first I want to bring you up to speed on what it is to be accursed. People say we ain't cursed, and people say that we are not accursed, and I've heard teachings on it, but with my calling and with my hearing, with my listening ear, I can always hear what the Father is saying, and what I hear is beyond what man is saying. And to be accursed is allowing dysfunction and crimes such as drugs, pedophilia, molestation, murder, homosexuality to remain amongst you and not cut it off. That's to be accursed. That's what to be accursed is. Under the directive of the Ruach HaKodesh. I don't know what definition Webster has. I didn't look it up. When Yahweh began to down and he began to show me what a curse was, because there are many men and women that are brilliant, but they don't have an ear to hear what Yahweh wants to convey to the people this day. So they are stuck on their tangents, and they make their runs, and they make their arguments, and they're stuck in a time machine because they're still trying to make the same argument that they made 20 years ago. You still trying to make the same argument. You still trying to bring forth the same thing that failed you 20 years ago, 15 years ago. You trying to bring it forth today. Your own agenda, your own motives, your own intentions. It's not the agenda of Yah. We have to be on the agenda of Yah and what's at hand for Yah, which means that is the will of Yah. So to be accursed is a people allowing dysfunction and crimes such as drugs, pedophilia, molestation, murder, homosexuality to remain amongst you and not cutting it off. That is how you are accursed as a people, as a collective body. Doesn't matter about your house, because it's going to affect your house. It's going to affect one of your nieces, one of your nephews, when your niece and nephews might wind up getting molested. You understand it? Turn out to be a drug addict, get confused about their sexuality because it's around them. If it's not around them, you only absorb what you see. So when you see those things, then you want to take certain things on, like certain young men have seen Michael Jordan, so they want to be like Mike. They want to be like LeBron. And when you have these things, you allow these cancers to dwell in the camp. Y'all can't dwell in that camp. Y'all does not have a free passage to walk up and down in it. He does not have that free path to walk up and down in it. And this is what every nation is battling. Every nation is battling molestation, pedophilia, domestic abuse, murder. They are battling drug. Every nation is battling this. Because no nation could have a nation full of junkies and pedophiles and murders. Every country has a system set up to put these people away. But the so-called Hebrew or the so-called Negro, they don't have that. They want these type of people to run free in their communities and in their neighborhoods and free him and free this one and free that one. He's a murderer. He did a senseless murder, a senseless crime. Whenever you talk about moving in the world, you are talking about a people, a conglomerative group of people, not just one person. One person can't move the world. One person. It takes a conglomerate effort, and it takes a corporation of people that are incorporated together that begin to move, and they begin to move under the directive and the authority of thus saith Yah, with us taking our tools and fusing our bits and pieces and coming back to the totality of this book. There's a lot of people that are stuck in time machines. Listen, in order to preserve anything, you must first restore order. People are trying to preserve something that has no order. It is chaotic by nature. What they are introducing to the children of Israel, most of these camps, what the church has introduced to the people, it is chaotic. It looks like it has a calm, and it looks like it has a love, but it is chaotic because it is opposite of the will of Yah. It is opposite of the will of Yah. Let us look at Yehoshua 7 and 10. And Yahweh said unto Yehoshua, get thee up, wherefore liest thou upon thy face? Why are you lying here praying? Remember I told y'all, when you go before Yah, Yah wants to speak sometime. You don't get to talk all the time. Yah wants to speak, but he's laying prostrate. He's laying on his face. I'm not talking about when you're on your feet, you're interceding. I'm not talking about interceding. I'm not talking about interceding. I'm talking about when you are going to Yah prostrate in this intimate place. It's a difference between a walking prayer, a kneeling prayer, and a prayer on your belly, on your face. There's a difference. There's a difference. These actions have different mannerisms in the Shamayim. They show different things. Some of them shows a submissiveness first. You understand? Some of them show that you are girding your loin and you're finna get ready to get to your feet. And then some of them show you on your feet where you are making a declaration. There's a difference between a prayer and a declaration. Yes. We put all these things together, but there are differences. There are differences. Yes. And the Bible says in verse 11, Israel have sinned, conglomerate, collective body, and they have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them, but they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen and dissembled also, and they have put it among their own stuff. So what have we put among our own stuff in our communities across the land? I gave it to you. I gave it to you. Molestation, murder, pedophilia, drugs, homosexuality, and then there's many more. Domestic abuse. There's many more things that we have taken on from the nations. Yes. And that is what causes you as a collective body to experience being accursed. Since a lot of people don't know what a curse means and what curse is, what a curse is. Because what they do is they start reading what the Deuteronomy curses is. No, that's not the curse. You see, you stuck in a time machine.
Yeah.
You did not receive this Torah at the foot of Mount Sinai like these people did. You did not hear the voice of Yah like these people did as a collective. These people heard the voice of Yah as a collective body.
Yes, yes, yes.
Not like today, bits and pieces and people that have to go before Yah and seek and search Yah out, and then they hear the voice of Yah on an individual level. So I want you to look at the book of Ezekiel. We're going to be coming back to Yehoshua, to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 38. We must use scripture. And this is, like I just told a young man outside, listen, we got to take back the land. We have to own our own communities. That the shops and the stores, nothing against Arabs, but it shouldn't be no Arabs in our community. Those should be our stores. You don't have black stores in the Arab community.
Yeah,
you don't have any Hebrew stores in the Chinese communities.
That's right.
But they are in your communities. And you are told to just get along. No, I'm not saying the uprising, but what I am saying is straight point blank, we should be able to control our own dollar. Because that is part of the problem, because we are in a impoverished state. In a impoverished state, all the men and women, all they want to do is sell dope, and now they're concerned about the bag and concerned about their house. That one house, their house, and not houses. They're not concerned about families, they're concerned about their family. They're not concerned about the children, they're concerned about their child. I'm concerned about the children. I'm concerned about the houses and the families. Because we have people giving words. Who you gonna fight?
Right.
Who y'all trying to fight? Y'all say y'all want to leave, y'all gonna leave. So why y'all stirring the people up to fight when y'all say y'all finna leave and go back to Africa? Or y'all gonna leave and go back to Israel? What y'all stirring the people up for?
That's right.
What's your purpose? What's your reason for stirring them up? Because what the fight that you're trying to fight, you already done lost that battle because Yah is not with you. Yah is not with you. That's not what Yah is doing. If that's what he would be doing, then Yah would have armed you like he armed these Israelites in the Bible. He armed them for battle. He trained them for battle. Listen to the book. Listen to the book of Ezekiel 20 and 38. And I will purge out from among you the rebels, which are the sons of Belial, and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. So Yahweh again is talking about purging. You got to purge out the accursed thing, because the rebel represents the accursed thing. The sons of Belial, the worthless people, they represent the rebel. And the rebel must be purged out, because the rebel has an intention and the rebel has a motive. And their motive and their intention, whether they know it or not, it is destroying our communities. It is destroying our communities is what it's doing. Verse 41, verse 39. As for you, O house of Israel, thus saith Yahweh, go ye, serve you, everyone is idols. Everyone is idols. And hereafter also, if you will not listen unto me, but pollute my holy name no more with your gifts and with your idols. For in my holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, saith Yahweh, there shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land serve me. There will I accept them, and there will I require your offering and your first fruits of your oblations with all your holy things. I will accept you with your sweet savor when I bring you out from the people and gather you out of the country wherein you have been scattered. I will be sanctified in you before the heathen. To sanctify us in the eyes of the heathen, we have to give them back their drugs, give them back their drunkenness, their alcohol, give them back their molly, their cocaine, give them back their heroin, give them back their pedophilia, give them back their homosexuality. This is what Yahweh is saying in the face of the heathen, because you give the heathen back what's theirs. And what belongs to the heathen is unrighteousness. Unrighteousness has no business and it has no place in the true sons and daughters of Israel. Heavy lifting, people. This heavy lifting. This some heavy lifting, because y'all got people that y'all love that's in the game. So do I. But when it all boils down to it, you cannot just go along to get along. When it all boils down to it. When it all boils down to it, you're going to have to stand on this word, is what you're going to have to stand on. You're not going to be able to stand in because we family and because, no, Yeshua said, listen, I came to bring variance. That a mother or that a daughter might be against her mother-in-law, or a son against his father. Because what is Yeshua saying? What is he saying? He's saying, look, there's going to come a time where we're going to draw a line in the sand, and the line that we draw in the sand is going to be the righteous and the unrighteous. The righteous shall live by faith. That is the righteous. The righteous shall live by faith. The righteous. What is faith? Faith is only shown and faith is only known in the time of trouble. Don't let nobody trick you about faith. Faith is only known, faith is only seen in the time of trouble. That's why I say substance and the evidence. Now, that's why I said what it said, because it's found in the time of trouble. Faith not found when you hit the lottery, when you got a bunch of money, when you can travel the world. That's not faith. Faith cannot be established when you got everything. That's why I say I praise Yahweh in advance. I praise Yahweh in advance because that's when it means something. Because when I praise him in advance, that's a worship, that's a praise. But when it comes and it lands in my lap, that's just a thank you. And I know sometimes I say total rabah Yahweh, but there's sometimes I just want y'all to say, ooh wee. You saw it and you had a belief in him before it come. You had no evidence. But you remained hopeful and you kept your hope. And through your hope, then you're gonna birth something through the birth canal. It's gonna come patience. You have to have some patience. A lot of people don't have patience, so you're gonna have to have some patience with your hope. Yeah. See, people got hope, but they don't have no patience. They don't have no long suffering. They don't have no longevity. Let us move back to Yehoshua chapter 7 to collect the body. Let nobody trick you. Don't let your body trick you. It's going to take a whole bunch of individuals to form the collective body. That's why Yeshua said, look, how can the foot say to the hand? You know, how can the foot say to the hand? How you going to tell me that you're a Hebrew? You telling me that, you want to be a part of the nation of Israel, but you selling drugs. No, you can't. It can't be found amongst us. That's right. You selling heroin, you selling cocaine. That can't be found amongst us. You promoting our women being thoughts and side chicks and all this stuff. If you're doing it with the music, that music that you are putting out, it is designed for the Hebrew child to listen to it. Yeah. What you putting out. So you're not affecting any other culture. Oh, they're picking up on it because they're heathen. And the heathen just means that they unlearned. They have no knowledge of the law, the statute, the commandments, and the ordinance of Yah. So they are unlearned and they move in ignorance. And I watch people move in ignorance on a daily basis. And they think that somebody is against them, but no, I'm against unrighteousness. And because unrighteousness is attached unto you, then we begin to collide and we begin to bump heads, because I only move in the spirit of righteousness. Because that's my strength. My strength is in righteousness. My strength is not in unrighteousness. My strength is not in serving me. My strength is moving in Yah. Moving in his purpose, not my purpose, but his purpose, so that his will may be done. And Yahweh is moving now. He's saying, look, y'all must take back the land, because that's a sign between you and I. Yeah. That you are moving in my power, you are moving in my might. And that's what allows you to take it back by force, because then I begin to press upon earth. I begin to press upon hell. I begin to move and push against the tectonic plates of this earth. I begin to make the earth shift. I begin to cause tsunamis. I begin to cause hurricanes. I begin to cause fire. I begin to speed the process of man up.
Yes.
No, not you who started with a campfire. No, it is I, Yah, who blew upon it.
Come on.
It is I who blew upon it. I could have blew it out, but I blew upon it. I could have held back the water, but I released the water. Because Yahweh is saying, take back the land. Take back the land. The least y'all could do is take back the land. Yahweh is saying, look, I ain't got to preach to you. I ain't got to get you to understand my Torah. But you're going to understand righteousness, and you're going to understand unrighteousness. And when you begin to move in righteousness, then you begin to mimic me, because I am righteous. I am holy. I am set aside and set apart. Yahweh is concerned about the debating and what we're going through and all this shenanigans that we're going through. Yahweh is only concerned about righteousness and unrighteousness, holy and unholiness. That's all he's concerned about. He's not concerned about all the other things. All the other things will take care of themselves. Whether you believe that it's what y'all calling the dark moon, or what y'all calling the first silver sliver, you still acknowledging Yahweh in that time. Mm-hmm. Yahweh has a clause for anybody that missed the first Passover. Yeah. He got a clause in there where, look, you can come back if you was out somewhere, and he get a clause in the next month you can observe it. So you still not observing it in that first month. He say, look, I want you to observe it. So look, you that missed it, that was on a journey or at war, whatever, I'm giving y'all the next month where you can still come back here and you can observe my Passover, my Pesach.
Yes.
So when we start arguing about times and who on what moon, but look, y'all did it a whole month later.
Yes, sir.
That's why I don't get caught in no senseless arguments, because I see there's no ruach in you. And some of you got words and they sound like they spiritual, but there's no ruach in them, because they gender strife. They gender strife and they gender arguments. It's argumentative things that you post when it's of the ruach hakodesh. When a lot of us on Facebook and on YouTube, things that you post, there's really nothing to argue. That shouldn't be an argument. A lot of the posts be fine, but what a lot of you don't understand, wife, is this. And I thank y'all for my wife. I thank y'all that I have a praying wife. And what a lot of folks don't understand is, even in a post, if you post that post with negative energy, what you gonna get back? If you post that post or you are teaching with negativity, you're gonna get negativity back. But when you speak the mouth, and you are the mouthpiece of Yah, ain't nothing to come back. Your arm's too short. You can't fight against Yah. You can't fight against Yah. This energy thing that I speak of, it is very, very real. I experienced it the other night. I think it was Friday night. I experienced it. Because I had to give somebody back the same energy. The same energy that they was giving me. Because they don't want to be taught what's right or what's wrong. Listen to the book. In Joshua chapter 7. Joshua chapter 7, I was at 10. I think I stopped at 12. So we see that it said, and therefore, verse 12 is where I'm going to start. Therefore, the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their back before their enemies because they were accursed. Because they were accursed. And accursed meaning that you are unacceptable unto Yah. Yeah. See, y'all, who ordained Webster to define every word in the Bible or every word in the world? Webster ain't ordained to me. So when I see a word that Webster say, I don't go, I go to y'all. Just like I got what a curse is, the breakdown of what a curse is, and the breakdown of what a curse is. I just told y'all that to be a curse, it is what is unacceptable unto y'all. So, drugs and pedophilia, molestation, homosexuality, murder, all these things are unacceptable unto y'all. So yes, we as a collective body of people, we are cursed. Because that's why your house getting broken in and cars getting broken into and people getting raped and all this stuff, because the people, they blend in with us. They look like us in the daytime and then they strike at night. These things should not be, people. Men love darkness. Men love darkness. Listen to the book. And it said, neither will I be with you anymore except you destroy the accursed from among you. Yeah. Simple. First you start by getting the accursed out of your house. That's the first thing you do. You start by getting the accursed out of your house. The things that are unacceptable unto Yah. That's how we first move. Your house first. But when I say your house, that's why I don't pay I don't pay Hebrews attention who talk about the white man. Because you're still dealing with somebody else's house. You're not dealing with the Hebraic house. Hebrews. You're not dealing with our house. You're studying perpetrating, because what you're looking for is you still playing the blame game. Yeah. Yes. So the white man this, so the white man this, so the white man this, so the white man that. I know men that own McDonald's right here in Orlando, that own black men that own Subways. Or black man that got 3-4 McDonald's. The only thing stopping us is us. Sure, the system was not designed for us, but guess what we got? We got a ram in the bush. We got Yahweh. He got a ram in the bush. We got Yahweh. We got something. So y'all mean to tell me that evil and what opposes you is more stronger than who you serve? I have read the 40. I have read the documents of how the system was set up, but I have seen the breaking down of the system with the riding to the back of the bus and then drinking out of the different water fountains and going to the back door of the restaurant. I have seen the reformation. I have seen the hand in the move of Yah, not man, but the hand in the move of Yah on a biblical table. Yes. Yah has moved to show us small things. Little by little is how he said he would do it. Yeah. Listen what the Bible says. Up, sanctify the people and say, sanctify yourselves against the mark, for thus saith Yahweh, the Abba of Israel, the source, the power, the judge, the root of Israel. There is an accursed thing in the midst of thee. You Hebrews, O Israel, thou cannot stand before thy enemies until you take away the accursed thing from among you. This go to the church too. This go to the Arab too. This go to the Muslim too. Yes. This go to the Buddhist too. Yeah. This go to the Scientologists too. This go to everybody who claim that they have a discipline. And every discipline on the face of this earth, it requires some act of righteousness. Yes. And it requires an act of love and compassion for mankind. Even Islam. Even Buddha. Let us look at Deuteronomy chapter 30. Deuteronomy chapter 30. We are way off because men they are talking and they mesmerizing y'all with the books they done read. I told you the librarians, they mesmerize y'all with the books that they have read and the thought how they can memorize what they're saying and they can say it without the book now. So you think that they're smart and you think that they this and this is attractive. A lot of people are attracted to this, but I'm not attracted to nothing but two things: doctrine and the move of Yah. That's what attracts me. You can't have one without it. See, you can't have the Ruach HaKadosh without proper doctrine. Because proper doctrine not going to allow you to have hatred. That's proper doctrine. Proper doctrine not going to allow not a doctrine that allows you to hate. It allows you to scheme and allows you to be conniving. Then I don't care nothing about you talking about what the Holy Spirit done did in your life. Two things. What's the two things? Got him. What's the two things?
Doctrine.
Doctrine and the move of Yah. Those things. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 15. 30 and verse 15. Because I want to establish this ironclad. This is going to be established ironclad. This is our problem. Yeah, have y'all ever wondered on the other side of the camera why we can't never get nowhere? Why we can't never establish nothing? Why we can't never do nothing? Because we got too much evil in the camp, people. And Yah is never going to be with us as a collective body. Yeah. He's not going to be with us as a collective body because we have taken on the appearance and we've taken on the mindset and the ways of the heathen, of the Goy, the Goyim, of the nations. Listen to the book. 15. See. That word see. That word see is not telling you to look. It's not telling you to look with your physical eyes. That word is telling you to look as Yahweh to allow Yah to allow you to visualize things through his eyes. Which is going to cover what? It's going to cover what? It's going to cover the spiritual and it's going to cover the physical. It's going to cover two things when you look at it through the eyes of Yah. Because you're going to see it in the spirit, which is unseen. And then you're going to see it in the scene, which is the realm of fruition. This is the realm of fruition. This is the realm of manifestation till you begin to see it in a way that it is now tangible. It is now tangible. It's tangible now. It can be used as a substance. Now, spiritual, unseen. Natural is used for fruition and to bring things to pass. Because don't mean nothing if only I see it. I can't win nobody with what only I see. So Yahweh has to make it a way for them that are not spiritual. They have to see it too. And they have to see it through carnality. Yes. But he didn't mean that when he had said, see, listen, see, I have set before thee this day life and good, death and evil. This is what y'all say. This is what y'all say. Y'all say these, listen, y'all say these are things that are in existence. These are things that are moving at a perpetual pace. These things are perpetual. I'm going to give it to you one more time. What's perpetual in the realm? Life, good, death, evil. Those things are perpetual. That's why people die. It's not by the hand of Yah. It's perpetuation. It's perpetual. It's a perpetual move. Life and good. Evil and death. Evil and death run together. Life and good run together. Life and good is righteous. Evil and death is unrighteousness. Only two things working in this world. That's it. You don't need to add no Hashatan. I know it sounds good. That sounds good. Sounds good, don't it? Y'all don't need to add imps, devils, demons. Y'all don't need to add all that because y'all never added that. Y'all never implied that. Listen, when you begin to move outside of the will of Yah and you begin to move in unrighteousness, you open up a portal from the unseen realm into the seen realm to where that energy is able to pass through and append and attach itself unto your things. Yes. Unto your things. Why? Because you're operating in unrighteousness, so you're operating in something that is an offense unto Yahweh. So thus all your things, what? They become what? They become accursed. They become the accursed thing. No matter how much you pray, no matter how much you pray, because when I first started, let me show you, well, I can't show you because that's in Jehoshua. The first thing I started, he said, look, get up. He told him to do what? Get up off your what? Get up off your face. Because you can't pray this, boy. You can't pray this one here, Jehoshua. You can't pray through this one, Jehoshua. Yeah. This one here is going to require some heavy lifting. Yes. You're going to have to go get one of your warriors named Achan. You're going to have to Achan. You're going to have to go get Achan and his family. And you're going to have to bring all his family, everything he owns, in front of all Israel. And you're going to have to make an example out of one of your best warriors. You think Yehoshua wanted to do that? He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to get Achan. Achan was a bad boy. Achan was a bad boy. Achan held his own. Listen to the book. It's verse 16. In that I command thee this day to love Yahweh thy Abba, to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgment, that thou mayest live and multiply. And Yahweh thy Abba shall bless thee in the land whether thou goest to possess it. There has been some time in your lives where you have not been able to keep the Sabbath day, the Shabbat. And Yahweh allows those occurrences to come in your life where you can't keep the Shabbat because he wants to keep you balanced and he wants to keep you grounded because he wants to keep you as a battle axe. See, there's something about a battle axe that you need to know. If you say your prayer, a battle axe has to be ready to be used whenever the owner needs it. The battle axe is not used when it wants to be used. The battle axe is used when the owner needs to use it. So what Yahweh wants you to know, some of y'all, hey, I need to borrow you this Sabbath and I need to use you on this Shabbat. I need to use you somewhere else on this Shabbat. Because the people not going to be there Sunday. The people not going to be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They only going to be there this Sabbath. And I want to use you because you got an ear to hear. I want to use you to go speak to them outside your dwelling place. Just what I'm telling y'all. You got to know the mind of Yah. See, Yah is able to use us as a sacrifice. Yah is able to use me as a sacrificial offering because I belong to Yah. Too many people belong to themselves, but they say that they belong to Yah. No, I belong to Yah. I'm at Yah's disposal. I'm at his disposal at all times. Whatever Yah say. That's why I took y'all over there to Yehoshua. Let me take y'all over here right now. Let's go over to Zechariah. And we're going to come back over here. Let's go to Zechariah right now. Go to Zechariah. Zechariah. Go to Zechariah 4. Zechariah 4. I'm going to show y'all biblically what I'm talking about. So I ain't got no time to play these games. You got a lot of people who talk without scripture. They talking without scripture. The sleeper, Zechariah chapter 3. And I'm going to take it from 3 and 1. And he showed me Yehoshua. That's what we're talking about now. Y'all understand? He showed me Yehoshua, the high priest. I don't want to go too long. He showed me Yehoshua, the high priest. That's who he showed me. He showed me Yehoshua, the high priest. So he's showing Joshua. Joshua was the hitman for y'all. Just want y'all to know that. When y'all go to study Joshua, Joshua was a hitman. Joshua was a bad boy. And Achan was one of his loyal soldiers. So listen to the book. I saw the high priest standing before the angel of Yah, and the Bible says Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. So what was standing at his right hand to resist him? What was standing at his right hand to resist him? What was standing at his right hand? Truly, what was standing to his right hand to resist him? His deeds, his works while he was on earth, they were standing at his right hand to resist him. Why? Because when you go to judgment, you will be judged for your deeds. Because your deeds do follow you. So because your deeds do follow, I need to go into Revelation to show y'all this stuff. Because I'm going to Revelation to show it to you. It is your deeds that follow you. So his deeds, although his deeds looked like they were out of the will of Yah, his deeds were the will of Yah, because Yah had to use Yehoshua, because he knew only Yehoshua could be used in that time and return back to him and not be swept out unto the nations. Listen to the book. He says, and Yahweh said unto Satan, to them deeds, he said, I rebuke thee. He said, I rebuke you. You got Satan. Even Yahweh that have chosen a ruler rebuke thee. Is not this a brand plucked out the fire? Talking about Yehoshua. Now Yehoshua was clothed with what? Filthy garments. And stood before the angel, the Malachim. And he answered and spoke unto those that stood before him, saying, take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, behold, I have caused thine iniquity. I have caused Yehoshua's iniquity. No, it wasn't iniquity unto Yah, because Yahweh said that all sin is unrighteousness, but there is a sin that is not unto death.
Yes.
So Yah said, I caused his iniquity. Behold, I have caused his iniquity to pass from him. I have caused his iniquity to pass from him, and I will clothe thee with the chain of raiment. And I said, let them set a fair mitre upon his head. So they set a fair mitre upon his head and clothed him with garments. And then Malachim, the angel of Yah, stood by. And the angel protested unto Yeshua, saying, when it says, I have called out iniquity to pass from thee, you got to first know the story of Yehoshua, who you call Joshua. Joshua did everything that Yah told him to do. But in the eyes of man, because man is so futile and so weak and so beggarly, he does not understand the things of Yah. That's why Yah say, my thoughts are not your thoughts and my ways are not your ways. Because Yahweh said, I can do things that you can't do. Because I alone have the power to forgive. I alone have the power to use my vessel where I want to use it and how I want to use it. Come on, let us turn back. Just want to show. Let's turn back to Deuteronomy 30. I'm finna be wrapping it up. 30. So let's look at this accursed thing, 30 and 17. But if thy heart turn away so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship deities, and serve them. See, you got to drop other. Because what is other? What is other implying? When you say other, when you let other stay there, then you are putting Yah in the same boat with these deities, because you're saying other deities. You understand me? Like you say he's in love with the other woman. So now you putting your wife with women now. Because, oh, he messing with other women too. You understand me? No. So just understand, be on your toes. I was going to show y'all something with Galatians, but listen to the book. But if thy heart turn away so that I will not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship deities and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that you shall surely perish, and that you shall not prolong your days upon the land, whether thou go or pass over the Jordan to possess it. So Yah gives the perpetual decree. I call heaven and earth and shall my enemy rest to record this day against who? You, me. The individual that forms the collective. The individual that forms the collective. Because once the collective is formed, if an individual such as myself has not gone through the proper conditioning for the positioning, because the collective is a positioning. It is a positioning in a move of Yah. It's a move. So you have to be conditioned so that you can receive the positioning. People are trying to be positioned that are not conditioned. And people that still are dwelling in the dysfunction, in the crimes, and these things are causing the collective to be accursed because the collective do not have the mind of Yah to say, look, we got to start purging out these rebels. Yes. We got to start purging out worthless people. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. He said, I called heaven and earth to record this day against you that I have set before you what? Here we go. Life and who? Life and death. Blessings and cursings. Okay, listen what he said. What we got to choose? He said, I want y'all to choose life. Yes. Because you can choose the curse and you can choose death. That both thou and thy seed may live. Yes. So I'm the seed that would live after my ancestors. So now what I must do is I must go back unto the entirety of this book as a individual, that I might come into the collective, because the lie that was told, come as you are. When you come this path, you have to be ready to be conditioned. This is not a path who people are uncertain. This is a path for the sure and the pure in heart. This is what this path is. So when people begin to look at this path, they make a conscious decision. No, I don't want to live. That's too hard. I don't want to do that. I want to go out I want to be roaming around Saturday. Look, you still got Saturday night, which is really Sunday. You don't have Friday night, but you have Saturday night. Or the other way around. Like you have whichever one, because we go by the sun, when the sun sets. So when the sun sets Friday, that's Saturday. So you don't have Saturday night, you have Sunday night, sleeping. You have Sunday night, but to y'all thinking that it's Saturday that y'all on. Listen to the book. So let us fall back to verse 1. Let's fall back to verse 1. Love it. I love to fall back, because falling back is going to show me my entitlement. First I like to read my instruction. I don't like to see a lot of people, they read entitlements, then they don't read the instructions. So I always give you instructions. Then I read your entitlements back to you. So let's see what we're entitled to once we follow the instruction. And it shall come to pass. Oh, see, here comes the entitlement. When all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether Yahweh thy Abba have driven thee. See, he said you got to call these things to mind. You got to start letting people know that, look, pedophilia, molestation, all this stuff, man, look, murder, hey, this stuff here, hey, no. I got to call this to mind to the nations, to whoever. Verse 2. And shall return unto Yahweh thy Abba, and shall obey his voice according to all that I commanded this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy... What did he say? He didn't talk about just the elders. He said with you and your offspring, you and your children. Because, see, I'm a part of the Hosea 4 and 6, and so are you a part of Hosea 4 and 6. And because Yahweh said, look, because our ancestors rejected him. You understand me? He said, look, y'all rejected my knowledge. He said, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge because they reject knowledge. He wasn't talking about me today. He wasn't talking about the people that's in the church today. No, they not rejecting knowledge. They never had the knowledge. That's right. That's why they trying to wake up. That's why y'all talking about they're not conscious. A person that's not conscious cannot have the knowledge. Yeah. So here again, you stuck in a time machine because you're trying to put on the people today what was put on our ancestors, and we the offspring of our ancestors. So when y'all taking this scripture, you stuck in a time machine and y'all putting this milestone around people's neck that shouldn't be put around people's neck. Because what should be put around their neck? Look, we finna deal with righteousness and unrighteousness, and there's some stuff got to go. Yes. Point blank, according to this book. We return to the book. We ain't playing with you, we ain't playing with nobody. And then more people will begin to join in when they see that you are uniformed. Yes. And they see that you're not all over the place. Disrespectful and hatred and deceitful, and the way you treat your women and talk about your women, the way women talk about men, same thing. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. He says, I command, I'm still in verse 2 at the bottom, thee this day, thou, you, and your children with all thy heart, with all thy soul. That then Yahweh thy Abba, hold up right there. See, we read too fast. That then, so that means that we got to fulfill something. Mm-hmm. That means that Yahweh is looking for a sign. Yah is looking for a sign to come from the erect to the Shamayim. Listen what he says. He says that then, he says, when this is fulfilled, Yahweh will turn thy captivity. When you fulfill his good pleasure. Yeah. His good. That's why I can't fight. I can't rock with Hebrews because they're not going nowhere. They don't go nowhere biblically. They don't go nowhere in scripture. Everywhere they go, they start trying to go there in the flesh, in carnality. And I can't move in carnality with no man or woman that's moving in carnality. I can't move with you because you're going to get me killed. Yes, sir. Some of these people going to get y'all killed. And you're not even going to be a martyr. Now, it's one thing to be a martyr, but some of y'all just going to get killed. Y'all will have an untimely death. Following these fools, talking about war, talking about this, talking about all that. They ain't going to bust a break, because if they would, they'd be dead already. They'd be dead already. If they had the real mentality like they claim there, they'd be dead already. They wouldn't be here. So what they waiting on for other people to die with them? That's what they waiting on. Other people that die with them. Listen to the book. He said that then. See, they can't play even in English. Even in English, when I parse it out, I'm like, man, we all parse this thing. Once you have fulfilled, I will turn your captivity because y'all looking for a sign from us. And have compassion upon thee, and I will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether Yahweh thy Abba have scattered thee. Now listen, if Yahweh done scattered us to all the nations, don't you know everybody can't keep the Sabbath? Because they scattered to every nation, so everybody can't keep the Sabbath. But Yahweh got people placed in places where he need them at. That's why he scattered them to the four corners of the earth, to the earth. That's why we are in every place and we are everywhere, and people are coming back into truth and are coming into the will of Yah. But we don't all look the same. We don't all look the same. See, you're looking for somebody who look like you and somebody who talk like you. We don't all look and talk the same. Some of us are warriors. True, we need warriors. Some of us are doctors. Some of us are lawyers. Some of us are anthropologists. Some of us are astrologists. So it's going to be, everybody not going to have the same tone.
Yeah.
Everybody not going to have the same temperament. I understand that. But everybody got to have the same live, the same heart, the heart of Yah, the mind of Yah. It's what we all will have to have at the end of the day. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. If any of you be driven out unto the uttermost parts of the Shaddai, from thence will Yahweh thy Abba gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And when Yahweh is talking about fetching you, he don't need to fetch your physical body. This is another thing. He doesn't need to fetch your physical body and take your physical body back to a specific geographical location. He don't need to do that. What Yahweh needs is he needs to teleport your mind. He needs to fetch your mind. Because your mind, listen, your body don't come into the Shabbat. Your mind comes into the Sabbath. Your mind comes into Shabbat Shalom. Not your body. Your body has to follow wherever your mind goes. See, your mind don't go where your body go. Your body go where your mind go. That's why your deeds gonna follow you, because it's all according to your mind. How you train your mind. A lot of people don't understand. You training your mind to disobey our Heavenly Father. You're gonna have to pay for that. You're not gonna be able to just shake that off, because your mind is trained for deceit. Your mind is trained for this stuff. It's one thing for Yahweh to call you to something or cause you to do something. But for you to be out there on your own, you're a rebel. You Belial. You sons of Belial stuck in that walk. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. But let us turn back to Joshua. And we'll be done. So, verse 14 says, in the morning, therefore, you shall be brought according to your tribes, and it shall be that the tribe which Yahweh taketh shall come according to the families thereof, and the family which Yahweh shall take shall come by household, and the household which Yahweh shall take shall come man by man. Why Yahweh got to take the household, and Yahweh already know who got it? Because Yahweh wants us to take care of it. He wants us to take care of it. He don't want to take care of it. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Anything that happens in the ranks, Yahweh wants us to take care of it, because now what we're doing, we're drawing a line in the sand amongst the people. And the people like, look, I can't get caught on the other side of that line, because the wages of that is death. I'm not getting caught over there. Because if I do, I got to flee unto the nations. I got to flee. I got to go to the Goyim. Listen to the book. Into the book. And it shall be that he that is taken with the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire, he and all that he have, because he have transgressed the covenant of Yahweh, and because he have brought this folly in Israel. This is what I'm telling y'all. You got to take back the land. We got to take back the land, because it is folly. It's in the book. It's in the word. You got to take back the land. We got to step up to the plate. If we truly say that we want to see the move of Yah, then we got to send that sign up. Listen to the book. So Yehoshua rose up early in the morning and brought Israel by their tribes. And the tribe of Yehudah was taken. And he brought the family of Yehudah, and he took the family of the Zorhites. And he brought the family of the Zorhites man by man, and Zebdi was taken, and he brought his household man by man, and Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zebdi, the son of Zara of the tribe of Yehudah was taken. And Yehoshua said unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, See what he told him? My son, this boy was dear to him. This boy was held his own in many battles. Yehoshua, who y'all call Joshua, raised him up. He said, listen, my son. And this way Yahweh gonna tell a whole bunch of Hebrews. He gonna say, my son. I'm gonna show this just what Yahweh gonna tell a whole bunch of Hebrews with head wraps and with tassels on and with zits on. This the same thing he gonna tell a whole bunch of us that's talking about we Hebrews and we talking about we Hebrews. Take note to it. He gonna say, because y'all can't go against his own word. He gonna say this same thing. This is what y'all gonna say. My bane. Give, I pray thee, glory to Yahweh. Give glory to me, Yahweh of Israel, and make confession unto Yahweh. And tell me now what you done, what y'all done. Hide it not from me, Yahweh. That's what Yahweh gonna start telling the Hebrews, because judgment started at the house of the Hebraic house first. Judgment started with us first. It don't matter what kind of combination, what we in, judgment started with us first, not the nations. Listen to the book. That's why we're in the predicament that we in, because judgment already started.
Yes.
Listen to the book. And Achan answered Yehoshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against Yahweh of Israel, and thus I have done it. When I saw among the spoil a goodly Babylonian garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and wedge of gold, and 50. And see, this is what the drug dealers doing now. The drug dealers see nice garments. They see Louis Vuitton and Gucci. They see the community as Gucci. And they see the Louis Vuitton. They see the community, the black community, as red bottoms. They see the black community as shekels of silver and wedges of gold and 50 shekels weight. When then I coveted them, see, I want this stuff. I want to get this stuff out the black community. I don't care who I poison. I don't care who I got to go against. I don't care what family I destroy. I want this stuff out of this community. Rebels. Worthless. Listen to the book. And he said, I coveted them and I took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it. And this is what we have in our communities with the molestation, the murder, the pedophilia, drugs, the homosexuality. This stuff got to be cut off. Watch, I'm giving it to you out of the scripture. Yes. I'm bringing it up to speed for you. So this is what the Bible says happened. Now Joshua, who y'all call Joshua, he's hard as heavy. So listen to what it says. So Yehoshua sent messages, and they ran unto the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it. And they took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Yehoshua and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before Yahweh. See, this got a little bit of deathbed repentance in it too. Because this man finna get ready to die. And he confessed. I don't see where he asked for forgiveness, but I see where he confessed. But he still had to be made an example of. Listen, don't go to the grave and have to be made an example of in the grave. Because in the grave, nobody knows where you end up but you. Yes. We on earth, people want to see our grandmamas, our granddaddies, and the shamayim, and we can hope and wish, and we can say, oh, this is, but we don't know where they are. That's why y'all say no more gas and teeth. Y'all ain't gonna let you know. And he ain't sending them back to you neither. Listen to the book. That was over there in the book of Luke 16 and 19. He said, no, I'm not sending no spirit to your brothers. Look, they had the prophets to tell them. They won't even listen to Moses. Listen to the book. So, and they took them out of the midst of the tent and brought them unto Yehoshua and unto all children of Israel, and they laid it out before Yah. And Yehoshua and all of Israel, all with him, took Achan, the son of Zerah, and the silver and the garment and the wedge of gold, and his sons and his daughters and his oxen and his asses and his sheep and his tent and all that he had, and they brought them unto the valley of Achor. And Yehoshua said, why hast thou troubled us? And Yahweh shall trouble thee this day, and all Israel stone him with stones, and burn him with fire, after they had stoned them with stones. Heavy lifting, people. It's heavy lifting. So you want to know why I don't link with everybody, why I don't know with everybody, because they're not moving biblically. This ain't no world war. This is fighting within. This is fighting within. We are fighting within, and that's why we can't get anything established, because the only money that we have left, now the drug dealers getting it. And the drug dealers not putting them back in the communities. The drug dealers start going out of town. They start going to Timbuktu, and they start going to Africa. They start going to Israel. They start going to Egypt, and they start doing all the drug dealers don't put them back in the community. They know work. They know better than the Arab or the Chinese or the Caucasian. They make sure that we get drained dry. And I don't think I'm no better. I know foolishness from afar. I know futile, and I know something that's not of y'all from afar. And if it be of men, I want y'all to turn to the book of Acts. And we're going to finish up. Book of Acts, chapter 5. And I'm going to pick it up at 38. And when I say this, I'm going to be done. Acts chapter 5 verse 38 reads on this wise. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men. Hold back from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of Yah, you cannot overthrow it, lest happen you be found even to fight against Yah. And to him they agreed. And when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak the name of Yahshua, and they let them go. They wanted to learn about the name of Yeshua, what they were concerned about, because it means Yah salvation. Yah is salvation. They didn't want, and that was going to lead back to the Hebrews. That was going to lead back to Hebrews. So that's why they started changing them and doing a whole bunch of things. Listen. When it comes to men and it comes to women that are proclaimed to be teachers, that's one thing. But you got to come back to a collective body before we can begin to deal. We got to begin to deal with the accursed thing. And the accursed thing is what I told y'all: pedophilia, molestation, homosexuality, drugs, murder, domestic abuse, verbal abuse, all these things. Of obscenity unto Yahweh. And we thank you for lending us your eyes and your ears this yom. We thank you for patronizing with us here at this cedar in Orlando, Florida. And we thank you and we say Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem. If it be of Yahweh,
It be Yahweh.
nothing overthrow it.
Nothing overthrow it.
And let's happy first.
Let's happy first.
Even be found.
Even be found.
To fight against Yahweh.
To fight against Yahweh.
We dismiss from each other, but never from the presence of God. Selah and Selah.